Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Monster Hunter Rise or Sunbreak Forge or Greatswords, here with the super patrons of Smazzabazo, as well as the regular Patreon of Battlewatch. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. In this episode I want to basically just have a bit of fun, and we're going to be using the Bowguns. Both of them and doing both of the quests, because I just think that's way more interesting, and then at the end we'll try to do another fight against a monster, most likely just a Tobi Kadachi. So they're both at high rank. One of them is at 4, which is the light bowgun, which is the one we're currently using. So this one shouldn't take very long, and then the other one might not either. But yeah, I guess Moxie into Defender into Weakener. I don't think there's like anything else really we need. And we got everything. Awesome. Let's get into it. But yeah, so essentially, the light bowgun is pretty damn versatile. We're not even going to use any ammo for this weapon. We're just going to use it as is. There is a lot of ammo you can use in the light bowgun, and then the heavy bowgun has even more ammo you can use. But yeah. Even the default things you get with it are still really good. As you can see here, spread and normal. We'll grab all of this anyway, because we may as well. And as you can see, this is how you navigate the menus. So while we're in the air, we'll deal with that. And then essentially, it is basically just like the bow. You want to just get in close, and then just fire it. There's obviously way more, but I don't play light bowgun, so there's probably like a lot of like wire bug things you can do and stuff like that. But from my knowledge of the weapon, it's kind of just a weapon where you try to just run and gun essentially. I think the heavy bowgun is more interesting of a weapon, because it's the one where you have to actually think about positioning a whole lot more. While with this version, it's a lot less like that. Reload. Like, yeah, as you can see, like, even from this example, like, pretty good weapon. And we're battling two monsters at once. Funnily enough, both of them are like this. You can also hit it in the face with a gun. You can also do that, really cool, double avoid, which does make the light bowgun more interesting, in my opinion, than some of the other weaponry. Like the heavy bowgun in some ways, but the heavy bowguns basically have this like alternate fire mode that makes them really cool and actually adds a lot of differentiation between everything. I would like to do a run maybe where you only can forage for things. I had an idea for it, and I wanted to kind of like use, so like the idea of it was oh my god, oh, already dead. That's what I thought about this one, though, honestly. This is how it would be. Okay. But, like, yeah, I think the movement is, like, the neat little things with the movement are what make this weapon feel so nice. Because otherwise, I think it would be a pretty mediocre weapon, feel-wise. But because of all of the cool stuff you can do with it, I think it really elevates just the fun of this weapon. I think fun is such an important thing when it comes to a game like Monster Hunter, especially when a lot of people can control, say the controls really off with them. Yep. So different guns and different firing mechanisms will have different ammo as well. And the reason I wanted to do like a foraging only, that's what it was called. It was foraging only. So the way that the game worked is I sold everything in the chest to start with, and I couldn't use the other thing. I also want to do a run where I only use one weapon and I upgrade it and then change it. There's a lot of ones I want to do in this game, but at the same time it's kind of one of those hard things where it's like it gets annoying. Obviously, spread shot is like a shotgun, so therefore you'd want to. I think a fade extender would be really useful on this weapon. And some ammo types don't allow you to reload and move at the same time. So this is one of them. Typically the stronger ammo types don't allow you to. But yeah, like this is a pretty easy hunt. Like it's a 4-star hunt. Almost all of the 4-star hunts are going to be very simple, very easy to do. But like they're just fun, and I think this is like a really cool thing to do for a series like Forge or Greatswords is play a weapon that isn't part of it. I think what I want to do now is I want to gun bash it, because that's humorous to me. Come on, you won. Okay, so it's gonna do that into the. Oh no, it got stunned out of it. That's awesome. Well, this has been fun, but I think you gotta go soon. There we go. We finished it. With the light bowgun, you also can set traps like this, and if monsters hit them, or if you attack them yourselves, they'll go off. So there's a little Triforce. But every single time you shoot it, it will deal more damage. Not really as needed, but still something neat at the very least. But yeah, so that is the light bowgun. We'll now go on to the heavy bowgun, which will have harder enemies. It will still be in the arena, which I think is a cool way of doing it. Because I feel like if it was on a normal map, it would probably be a little bit less fun. We also got a toxin sack, which is really useful, because we do need a lot of those. Look at our steamy boys. But yeah, I do think that I want to do a run at some point. I think I have a challenge run for a different game. I need to finish, edit. I just need to edit it. So I think when I finish that challenge run, I'll delete that the footage, obviously, when I fully finished it and uploaded it. And then maybe I'll start doing some other challenge runs, because I do think it would be nice every month or so to have like a challenge run on top of all the videos I naturally do. But for that, we didn't really get anything too crazy, but what were we expecting was a 5-minute hunt. Okay, so that is the light bowgun, and now we will go on to the heavy bowgun, which isn't that crazy, but, you know, it's still something. Okay, high rank, that's 6-star, we need 5-star. Hone your heavy bowgun. I wonder if we'll do another one. Probably not. Maybe. Is there anyone that, like, any one weapon? Maybe we'll do sword and shield as well. Because sword and shield is so generic that I don't feel like it really needs its own thumbnail. Heavy bowgun, though, is a bit different. So as you can see, we have the Wyvern Art Special Ammo, and that's important because different weapons have different arts, and I think that the bowguns are probably the only weapon in the game that I think are actually worth rampaging. No, you can't actually, apparently. I thought you'd be able to change what the ammo was or something. And if you were able to do that, then that would be really cool. But if you can't actually change what the ammo types are, then there's not really much point, is there? I forgot what monsters we're going against, so I'm just going to go for a very generic regular Dungo. We need as many Dungo tickets as we can get and keep. Because later on we'll need those Dungo tickets to improve Sunbreak quests. But yeah, so now at this point we want to get a good thumbnail. So we'll cycle weapon poses until we get there. So weapon pose. That's a neat one. That's a neat one. I think that's the one I like the most, because it has the most potential to do cool stuff. We have normal and spread again. And I would like normal 2 for now. Reload that. Also, it has more more shit, as you can see. I wanted it to be like both of them were in frame at once. But sadly, both of them looked at each other and said, no, I wouldn't like to do that. I like the idea of this one, is two way more mobile creatures. That seems like a good, funny idea. So what we'll do is we'll put in this alternate ammo type. Move, please. And then you can see how this weapon really works. Yeah, it might be better to do Volvodon first. The other thing that's cool about this weapon type is simply the fact that you can charge the shots. Man, I'm really starting to understand why they put these two monsters in the same arena. Because they're both annoying and require a bit of focus. That's great, I love it. God, fucking no. I think we need to, separate them. As you can see, you move way less quickly. And it's kind of like less satisfying in my opinion. Like when you're using the other ammo type, it definitely feels really fun. But I feel like that's the only point when the heavy bowgun really does feel fun to use. Otherwise, I feel like it's very just eh. I do think though that a lot of the heavier types don't typically make you go as like I don't think if you use spread, for instance, that you are stuck for as long. Okay. That gate is, yeah, I thought so. Only every time, dude. I just want to play the game. Fuck off. Only time this monster's actually annoying is when you're playing Bowgun. I do think the Bowgun, in my opinion, is worse in general. Oh my god, just fuck off. Just want to play the game, mate.
It's angry.
Right in the fucking fire with that one. I think this is one of the only quests where I'm like legitimately just like I need to be able to oh, I didn't even want to do that. Act faster, Jesus. I will say that the fact that this one has the alternate ammo types does make it way more interesting in a lot of ways than some of the other weapons. I'll be able to see now. Yeah, you can load this one without even needing to yeah, you can load this one without even needing to go so crazy on it. You can move with this one because the weapon's so big that loading heavier shit doesn't make it so crazy. Jesus, that really saw the impact of that attack, huh? Very calculated, that one was. Yeah, we're gonna take a little bit of a healing break while he's just doing nothing. But yeah, really do love this weapon. I think next time he shits, I will try to do something cool with that. Like, I think the only times you're having fun doing missions like these are when one of the monsters is just gone. Fucking go for the booty. Even he got destroyed by that. Evade extender is basically a must on this weapon, it feels like. Time for this. There is like another version. There's like the Wyver Snipe and the Wyver Heart, I believe. So one of them is like a massive fucking, like, you get down and fucking snipe with the weapon, which definitely is really cool. So I definitely would say that that would be a really interesting idea for one. I feel like this is going to be the most... I don't like how in Arena though it's like impossible to ride a monster. I feel like that's like... It's also very ironic because in the arena is when you learn, or at least most people will learn how to do that. And yet for some reason they were like, no, that'd be dumb. Excuse me. I want to fucking switch these. Yep. Okay. So we finally have them separated again. I feel like the light bow gun has like better bursts. I would have been mad. Actually would have been mad, like no joke would have been mad. Come on. I don't like the fucking animals getting in the way so much. I want the animals not to get in the way of like fucking photos as much. Like that's the one thing that definitely grinds my gears in this game. Is like, I feel like I have to do this. Like I have to do like, wait, don't do anything. I want to make photo. Oh, I thought they were gonna go for... There was a moment there that was funny though. There was like the Mr. Beast almost look. I wonder how this will work. Well, interestingly enough, I have the power to climb this. So unlike the Titans in Attack on Titan, I have a leg up in this situation. Fuck. Jesus. Oh. Okay. I want to save the big minigun shit for when I'm like actually like needing it. So basically, as soon as this guy's done, but you can see just like how much difference there are between these weapons. Go. Just let me do fucking things, Jesus. Feeling pepped up now, meow. Fucking please do. We're gonna have to double evade that. Let me fuck go! Jesus, every time with that monster. Just no fun. Fucking play. I'm here to play game, not fucking eat off. Unlike Bowgun. Definitely a chaotic mission. I definitely want to do a joke in this title, the title of this video, where it's like killing bosses with the Bowgun, not RE, in like brackets. Because in Resident Evil there's actually a Bowgun, depending on how this works. Thank you. The great thing about that that as well is secondarily I can actually just get the stuff from this monster as well. And then we can eat some snacks, reload, and we'll go into the alternate ammo type already because there's just one monster. It's not like we have to do anything. Now we'll wait. We should do this. No, we can't. I think that would be fair if you could, but game disagrees. I think it's like the funner thing is being able to do that. Definitely need a Fade extender. Yeah. At this point, just aim for the face. It's just hammer. But then whenever something like this happens, you just have to fully leg it. But like, yeah, I would like to do like some challenge runs of like definitely Resident Evil games as well. I want to do like a Resident Evil 4. I think I'll do Resident Evil 4 before I do a Monster Hunter challenge run. Funnily enough, when Resident Evil Village came out, I finished the game in the first day with a challenge run. I played on, I think, the easiest difficulty for it, but I did pistols only to see if it was possible. And you did actually have to use equipment as well, because you have to blow up a thing in Lady Dimitrescu's castle, as well as use the end game thing, which, if you know what I mean, like the massive like nuke essentially. You have to use that too. So I basically allowed that, and then at the end of the game was essentially just use that. I do think that the end of Village is probably the weakest part of it, is when you're playing as Chris and shit. I just feel like it was that satisfying. It was kind of just felt like a different game. It felt like a fucking Call of Duty mission. But yeah, now that there's only one monster, it's so much more reasonable. But this is why I said maybe only like 2 fights or something, because I did fully accept the idea that this would go on for a while. And honestly, the only reason it's going on for a while is just the monsters. But yeah, there's a lot of different ammo types, and there's a lot of really cool, interesting things you can do as well. Fun fact, one of the first weapons I used in this game was the light bowgun. Has anyone seen my horn? I've misplaced it.
Now it's personal.
Let's hope this works. I think Basarius is the worst hitboxes in the game. Fucking goes in its super move, me. What if I just fucking minigunned you? Can you beat Monster Hunter Rise as the heavy?
That's my buddy.
We're getting there now, though, so that's the good thing. Is like we're getting close to the end of this hunt. We have 30 minutes. The question is, I think honestly I could probably do Anjanath or something in that time. Oh no, I wanted to do Sword and Shield as well. This is just humorous to me. Just humor me. Just humor me a minute. I just want to gun bash it. Just humor me. It'll be funny. Man, I think the light bow gun is more up my alley. I just like I like movement speed. I like moving around. But like, definitely the alternate ammo is fun as hell to use. Definitely, I will say that. Hopefully, I think Basarius is a Wyvern, so hopefully we might be able to get a Wyvern gem, because we need a lot of those to do shit, but I just love this. Such a fun idea. I like the idea of there being multiple fire modes for a big weapon like this. And I think it really adds to the charm of the weapon as well. So I think what we'll do is we will battle... we'll do the sword and shield, which means we'll do like dual blades, long sword. I kind of want to do most of them in duos, because most of them have duos, like lance and gun lance and stuff like that. But sword and shield kind of, I guess, has something, but at the same time, like Okay, we got nothing interesting, which sucks. But you can see the difference between basically 6 minutes and then 3 times that time. Hoo boy, does the long bowgun have some explaining to do? But anyway, we've finished that one. I guess as well, one thing that we can also do is see what you do get for doing those. Switch skill wise. Oh, right. So that's interesting. So this one is like a full-on, like, if you hit me, you're fucked. And that one is like, I get my ability. So, fires a specialized shot different depending on the weapon. Okay, that's interesting. So one of them does way more damage, one of them does that. I think I would really like to do a scavenging only run where you don't even use, like at the end of each hunt you have to get rid of everything kind of thing. Okay. So change equipment, we now want to go, oh we don't even have sword and shield yet. Maybe we'll do longsword then. Yeah, we'll do, longsword though has like the idea of like a really good thing for the thumbnail. I mean, I guess we'll go for bow. It's basically the same thing. So we'll use the bow. We'll do the bow one. The first time I did this quest, I was like so like, oh god, I'm gonna get fucked. Because Toby Kadachi for a little bit at the start of the game was actually really threatening to me. But then obviously I learned how to play the game. So let's see what we get here. So one Thunderwez. And probably Weakener. I like Weakener. It doesn't do anything really. But like I just like the idea of maybe like, you know, 2,000 health just being gone from each enemy. So you have Dodge Bolt and Charging Sidestep. Dodge Bolt is almost always better. However, I will say that this does have the potential, if you really want to lay on the damage, it does have the better potential for that. Kind of sucks though, because you know this was going to be like a thumbnail for a different one, but I think it's still really cool, and we need to do Toby Kadachi anyway because of the umbrella weapon. We also need to do Mitsasune again anyway as well, so I think that will be the next one. Because we'll do one more of these, and we'll do one that has like a Mitsasune or adjacent kind of thing. So we need power coding essentially. How do we apply it again? There we go. It's been applied to our weapon, which now means that essentially, well actually we want to actually heal and grab a lot of supplies, but essentially now we have power coding, which just means we do extra damage. You could obviously say, well, maybe it's better to use that later, but I also like how close range coding has a plus to it with the Kelby slingshot. I will also say that the slingshot has some of the way cooler weapon poses, because you have stuff like that, but like this is such a cool fucking like thing, so cool. 100%. We'll do like a thumbnail at some point where it's like this, like that, without the dog there, and it'll be like, can you beat? And it'll be like super zoomed up, zoomed in as well. And it'll be like, can you beat Monster Hunter Rise with only, like, I think that's the thing that's super interesting to me, is like, I want to do like solo weapon runs, but like Monster Hunter is so long that it feels like you can't do that. And like, it would feel, the problem with Monster Hunter Rise, like just let's say just Rise, is it feels too cheap to have it only be the village quests, even though, like, you know, that is ending 1. I would say that there are like 3 endings. There are ending 1, which is village, ending 2, which is beating Nawa, and then ending 3, basically every single time you get a cutscene. Every single time you get a cutscene is basically an ending to me. But it's so interesting because I know that a lot of other people would probably say otherwise. That's right, it's the A button to use your knife. I do really like the knife as well that you get for this weapon. I think it is really stylized well.
What do we have here?
But like, I would love to do a run, for instance, where it's like, can you beat with only the slingshot or something like that? Like something really interesting. Because like, I just love Monster Hunter, but then at the same time, I feel like a lot of people would just be like, yeah, you can. Next video. Which is why I think Monster Hunter videos have to be something really game changing. It can't just be something as simple as, you know, a weapon. Oh, I didn't even see it. I knew what that move did though, so that was all me. That's what dodgeball does. Every time, it's just so, like, it's so stealthy of a move. Because I look at it and I'm like, oh yeah, it's like the 5 other monsters I've faced that do the same thing.
This one's all for you.
You bastard. God, I hate how fucking short range this is. So I used to play bow, so this should not be too hard for me. As soon as I get into the groove of things. And as soon as I stop getting hit with that, I think I will be very, very well off. The only problem is going to be actual damage, because the bow does suffer, especially a spread shot bow. Even though technically this is a slingshot. Tried to do it again, but it didn't work. You need to heal badly. The one thing I will say about the bow is it's the least defensive of all of the ranged weapons. Like, dodgeball is like all you have.
That looks like it's gonna hurt.
Yet again, just tried to dodgeball, didn't work. I think you have to actually do an attack for it to really work. Allow me to heal. And then you can heal for a bit. And then we actually really need con. Because con helps so much. Every time. Jesus, we're not taking it as well. Goes to show, I feel like with bow, you just take more damage. I think that's what it is, actually. I think with ranged weapons, you actually take more physical damage. So I think that's actually, like, slightly the problem I'm having, is I'm doing, like, less damage. We might even, in this episode, also knock off the sword and shield, because the sword and shield one is so simple, it's not even funny. What is our... That's Herculean draw. Oh, it's the bad one. Spread shot, by the way, is just the worst one by far. Like, spread shot, I don't think it's ever been that crazy good. And you can kind of see, just from like this gameplay, it just doesn't work well. I think literally both of these ammo types do the same amount of damage. Which, if true, is very funny. Because it means that there's literally no... You also don't want to touch those scales, like with the Somacan. Even when they are used up, they're still considered a threat. But this is what I mean, right? Like, if you're using like a ranged weapon and you kind of have to take a shot, like a lot of the time you're just going to get hit anyway. So I can easily understand the annoyance. And as well, you take less elemental damage, but you take more fizz. Oh my god, bro! Just fuck off for a minute. Meanwhile, Boomer Monster Hunter players. Actually, you need to just not get hit at all. The first time I ever played the game, I didn't get hit a single time. You just have to not get hit. I haven't gotten any of those massively, but like in the back of my mind, whenever I play Monster Hunter, I always just think of that. Stop doing your little lungy on me. Don't like it. I think the problem with spread shot, just in general, it's just everything else. You just need to have that extra bit of effective range. You can't be right next to almost most enemies, and this shows it really well. You can't be next to the fucking Tobikadachi and also be firing. But yeah, I will say that the different files for coating is like really important. One thing I will also say is I think weapons, like melee weapons at least, they shouldn't have like, you shouldn't need files. I think Charge Blade requires you to have files on you. I think that's incredibly dumb. I understand the idea is that they want to like, oh, well, we need to have more weapons that use this mechanic that we made. It's like the only time where we're actually going to get good damage. And it's because we got our ass kicked so much that he fucking is actually tired from kicking our ass. I will say that in Sunbreak, I feel like, yeah, it doesn't allow you to do dodgeball unless you're doing it in between an attack. And even then I tried to do it and it still didn't do it. To have any way of dealing with that.
No more holding back.
That's bad. Man, this is gonna be like such a pulverizing episode. But I think I feel like the idea of doing all the ranged weapons is fun. Because otherwise, I feel like personally, I wouldn't want to have like too many episodes be focused on ranged weapons. Also means I'm getting through all of them way quicker, and I need actual healing.
Look out! It's angry!
Yeah, I can tell that because it keeps spamming fucking DMs every fucking minute. I mean, desperation is
Mr. Monster, meet
not,
Mr.
you know, most amount of damage we've done this game. Still was less than a fully charged normal Greatsword hit. You do really need to spec into whatever weapon type you're doing. You need like attack 7 and whatever weapon, which it should be Pierce. Because Pierce is by far the best one. You basically need to have maxed out Pierce and maxed out damage. At least personally, that's how it feels. Well, we broke its face in. Oh, thank God! It immediately was like, I won't be an asshole. Or maybe more interestingly, it doesn't actually have the ability to use those moves when it's in an empowered state. So it went to do it because it was like, I am near a wall, therefore I can do this move. And then it went, wait, no, I can't do this move because I am empowered currently. That would be a very interesting thought experiment. Getting spun up. So what we want to do here is essentially just...
Let's go for a ride.
we don't have the jump shot, and because you don't have jump shot, there's no good way of actually... You need to, like... Just wait until... If you want to use bow, just wait until Sunbreak. Fuck it. We'll just do a... This is probably more damage, honestly, than we've been doing on this this Tobi-Kadachi the entire game.
My buddy.
Like, we've probably literally done more damage to this Tobi-Kadachi. I just don't feel like we've done any damage. That went well for us though.
Get away!
I forgot all about the A button. I was like, oh yeah, right. Yeah. I want to be on that. Yeah, one thing I will say is very annoying though, is with using the bow, is you just really need the stamina thingy that I'm forgetting the name of. That's very obvious what it is. Want to put it away my weapon, but I couldn't for a while because the game was like, when you're jumping, you need to have a roll animation. Because without the game is worthless. It's interesting that only with that. I do like how it turns golden. It is a cute little thing in my opinion. And I like the idea of spread shots just being these fucking massively huge fucking shit. Like bowls. But I 100% one say and two agree with my own notion that I've grown out of liking the idea of bow. I think Bowgun is still interesting because of the different types, but bow itself, I think, especially without, I think maybe with the severing strike and jump shot, you can actually do a lot of fun things with it. But at least base bow is so boring. I mean, like base no, because if you don't have dodge bolt even, like that's such a massive hindrance as well. Constantly needing healing is really bad for us. Oh my fucking god. Lay off for a minute, will you? Actually do another attack that's annoying. Then we can strike. Now we need to build stamina again. Hit him out of the damn sky. That's actually funny. We hit him out of the damn sky with a parry. See, like that's like a moment that's actually really cool for this weapon. Yet again, I think we've tired it again. This fight has been going so long because we have so little damage that we literally have made it exhaust itself twice without even using exhaust vials. That is fucking insane. Just how, like, that's so bad. That means we're gonna really fucking, we're gonna go battle the other one. It's gonna, literally this entire episode, the longest hunt is gonna be fighting two Tobi-Kadachis, which, yes, it's a way harder monster than the other monsters we're facing, but like that just goes to show just how like insanely annoying this is. go for earplugs. Didn't have enough stamina. Didn't even expect that. Fucking clawing at that thing. He's like, please, mama, papa, I need it. Ow. I guess that's a fair enough revenge shot. Get down from there, you're gonna hurt yourself. There we go. But like, look how like mindless that was. Definitely not my weapon anymore of choice.
What have we here?
Which is sad, but yeah. It's also because it's spread, and I hate spread. I remember though on my main account, I used the Chameleos weapon for so long when I got it, because I was like, oh, it's fucking Chameleos weapon, so cool. And then you grow up, and then you're like, wait. Spread is just terrible, there's no point in it. And then you're just like, huh, guess I've grown up. I've realized the error of my ways, the sad horse at the beach. Damn. That was an effective cut. Flew through all of those bushes. Are you having problems in the bedroom? Do you need to cut that bush? For today's sponsor. I think there will be a point maybe in my life, maybe, where I'll be able to do sponsors, and I feel like all of them will be terrible. Part of me likes that. Because part of me finds it funny. We want to go sub camp. I do think that it would have been cooler if there was two, and the other sub camp was on the very top of the mountain or something. Because that would give like perfect surveying of everything. But I can understand not doing that though. Okay. So we do definitely want to get that bee shit in or something. Because we definitely want to heal. Oh. Naga Kuga, that's just a better Toby Kadachi. Because Toby Kadachi was made in Monster Hunter World, and obviously there's no such thing as a good Monster Hunter World fight. Because I'm from the 4th generation or below, so I must nitpick everything in the world. It's gonna take fucking 5 years. It's gonna literally take forever. Why are you killing the fucking baby monsters? I wanted to do that. But you may as well. I think the idea of base bow was meant to be that you just Herculean drawed the entire game. I kind of actually call bullshit on that one. I hit him as it was going to me, so apparently that move has like mega priority, which makes no sense in a game like in this. It's you may have super armor on your move, but there's no such thing as really as priority. It feels like, unless like the attack is coming from something else. This is CNA. It's actually really tempting, but not with this weapon. Nope.
Making steady progress.
Oh, that's gonna be very easy to play with. Thin is not something you can easily get from a Mitsusune, so I'm not even gonna bother. Just gonna go straight to the Nagakuga, just fully ignore Tobikadachi. Capture. I think this is the one I bashed up with the other Toby. Oh, fuck off, you cunt, then. Try to have fun. Nagakuga spawns in 1 minute later. No, I actually want to leave. It's like me at a party, except I don't go to parties because I don't have friends. I would think it would have been really funny if I like one-shot that Kajal. We actually need Kajals. We want to make. I want to make the Bayek outfit. Yeah, we didn't have enough damage. The interesting thing, right, is that I feel like with the Bowgun I'm able to keep better aim. I think it's because you have to shoot in intervals. That instead of just like keeping on the target and then just going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that actually hurts the performance of the weapon. I also think that the monsters are just way cooler when they have like interactions with the environment. I will say the world, funnily enough, increased the world building and just like lives of the monsters. Like the monsters feel like creatures in this game. I feel like in a lot of the other games they kind of just felt like they were there. Like they felt cool and they felt like, but it just felt like they were just bosses. It just felt like, yeah, this is the boss fight I'm up to. And it's really cool because of this reason, or like, you know, whatever. Like, oh, this is just way cooler, this monster. Oh, thank you, but I guess not the greatest of timing. Still kind of aggravating that Nagakuga decided to run away the moment I went to it. I felt like I was going to do a double one, but that's what Nagakuga does. Yet again, you have to shoot and then dodgeball. Which I think is the main difference between the two. Dodgeball, you have to take a shot. Like before or after, something like that. And it gives you full invincibility to a degree, apparently, when you use it. Whilst the other one is just more of a completely defensive option that also sets you up, though. Yeah. This is taking so long. I'll call it Bowgun extravagant, like beating bosses with the bow guns. And then have like bow like, you know, capitalized. To infer the fact that like bow, like including the regular bow. Part of me wishes that the bow guns were actually fully considered just guns. Because I think it would make it way more interesting. I understand the fact that, yes, this is still in a more primitive era than where we are currently. Like it's not fair to assume. But, like, at the same time. Right for the capture. I want to kill them though. I think killing gives me better odds at getting what I want. I just want wyvern gems and shit like that at this point. I do like the... I will say that Lunagarin is probably a way better version of the Tobikadachi idea. Of like a viperish predator. Because it also goes bloodborne, which is way more interesting. Finally, it's at 10% health.
That's my buddy. Look out! It's angry!
every single time that move happens. It's just like, oh yeah, right, I need to remember that move doesn't work within the realms of logic. Okay. Fully healed up, ready to go. So damn long. The annoying thing is, with a weapon like bow, it's not like the bow guns where you really feel like, yeah, I'm probably at the point where I can do this. We're gonna die now. Now the Nagakuga decides to arrive, when it's too late. I was hoping that that would be enough to kill it. We're just gonna actually just... We're gonna use this moment to just, We're gonna take the moment to just do this. And then we're gonna try to... Really awesome. It's time to run out of here.
Don't let him get away.
Okay. That's interesting. Geronimo! There we go. Hi, friend. Would you like to get slashed in the face? There we go. Dead.
Quest complete.
I humiliated it by killing it without even using the ammo for that time.
Carve, carve, carve.
I will say that the bow kind of has a better attack. Like, it goes bow, light bowgun, bow, and then probably heavy bowgun, because it still does stun damage, which is really useful. But with the light bowgun has the better mobility, and the bow has like the best of everything, basically. It's definitely a weird case, but we'll see if we can shoot for the stars. If it wasn't for the I feel like the timer should be allowed to be removed for when you're doing a fight. Well, I could actually use that. I could actually dang use that, eh?
Nothing to it.
If all else fails, I can use that as the thumbnail. So, Wyvern Gem, please. No Wyvern Gem, feels bad. I did get a Razor though, and Razors are slightly annoying to get sometimes. We got a lot of electrodes, we got some keen bones, which don't really matter. And then just other general stuff. 30 minutes! It took us 30 minutes. That is longer than the previous 2 hunts put together. And those all had, like, that was 4 monsters. And that just goes to show, my opinion personally, I just feel like a lot of the ranged options just don't have as much power as, and I feel like it's balanced around that. But yeah, we'll now go and see, simply, if there's anything cool we can now do. And if there isn't, then that's basically going to be the end of this one.
Looking for something new or an
So
upgrade?
let's have a look. See, yes, we can make the
Excellent.
we can upgrade this. So we're getting close to that. We need a Mitsusune fin, which will probably be in the next episode, honestly. We need Nova Crystal and another Omni Pelaga sack. Yet again, we're not doing any Rampage weapons because it's basically just the same weapon as the original Kimura weapon. We can now get this, which is very tempting to do. Zenoga and Anjanath, obviously, very important. Diablos, Rathalos, we have this one now. So this is going to definitely be a cool weapon to bust out against something. Probably something that's just generally weak to poison, I guess, but yeah. I think other than that, yeah, we need another toxin sack for you. And then a lot of the other stuff is just like the fair enough stuff, I feel. Yeah. Okay, so I'll see you all in the next episode, and I hope you all had a wonderful week today. Goodbye.